Hey, y'all. Hey. So give me a couple seconds and the pot's gonna get going. How about that? Can we do that like that? Give KendyK just a few seconds, and I promise I'm gonna have these pots going. What's for dinner at your? Ooh, I didn't wipe up. What's for dinner at your house today? Thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for dropping in on us. This is KendyK all day. This is KendyK all day. It's a meal prep Monday, and KendyK is showing enough meal prepping. I'm gonna have a lot of moving parts going on, y'all. So be ready. In fact, with all that's going on in our world, y'all better stay ready. With all that's going on in the world, y'all better stay ready. The Bible says, watch and pray and make preparation. Watch and pray. Watch and pray. Oops, y'all, I didn't put any light on this situation. Hey there, Gemini Diva. Hi, Claire. Welcome in, friends. To Meal Prep Monday, part 2. Check out Meal Prep Monday from this morning, friends. And look at all my pretty collard greens. Ooh, ain't that some big old pretty collards? Yeah, I'm on some big old pretty collard greens, if I must say so myself. So, we for sure gonna deal with these collard greens. Welcome in, friends. You know, I meant not to tell y'all what these were. But that's what we're dealing with, y'all. That's what we're working with for Meal Prep Monday, but that is just not the star of the show. That is not the star of the show. So y'all gotta stay with me. Stay with me, friends. Stay close. Because it's lots going down today, and I'm cooking it all today. KendyK is fixing all of this today. These greens have to be washed and everything. Make sure we don't have any bugs down in these greens. We don't want any of that. We don't want any of that. But I mean, those are some big old pretty collard greens. And thank you to the 3 kind souls who hit that like button. Moderators, thank you for moderating this stream. I see Gemini Diva 79. I see Claire the missing link. Hey there, Rudy. Rudy, how many pounds of collard greens do you think I have there? Give me a number. And y'all do me a favor. Let's do Rudy a favor. Drop Rudy your favorite 2 numbers. Drop Rudy 2 of your favorite numbers. Rudy's our good buddy, and he loves numbers. Rudy in the building. Rudy is in the building. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. Gemini Diva has given her favorite numbers. Claire, what are your favorite numbers? Claire? Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. Who else are we missing here? Moderators, would you help me welcome people as they come in, because I'm trying to get the pots going. Help me, please. Claire says her numbers. Thank you, Claire. Okay, let me get the pots going. For real, for real. Let me get the pots going for real, for real. There's a big old collard green. Y'all know when I bring out that hex clad, you know I'm finna do some things. In my mind. In my mind, I'm about to do some things. So all I have in this pot so far, friends, is just some water. Ooh, water, ooh, water, ooh, water. And I'm going to make my own broth using the roasted chicken better than bouillon. Or else you can just buy liquid broth, but you're just paying for water. This is the good stuff. I prefer better than bouillon. I always keep, as part of my pantry staples, I always keep the roasted chicken flavor, the vegetable broth, and also the beef broth. I'm gonna add 2 heaping teaspoons full. And now we're making our own broth. Can y'all see over in my pot? Welcome in, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is KendyK all day. We are cooking over here, cooking up something good. How was your Monday? It's the meal prep Monday, and KendyK is going to be showing off meal prepping today. Absolutely, I am. Absolutely, I am. Welcome in, everyone. This is KendyK all day. It's a meal prep Monday. It's the meal prep Monday. Yep, thank you. You're right. I should put a lid on the pot. You're absolutely right. But I got to put something in the pot. So that is some chicken bouillon in this pot. Into that, I am dropping in boneless, skinless chicken thighs that have been washed or rinsed and soaking. So how many thighs was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that was 5 thighs. Okay, I love that you had a great Monday thus far. I did too. I want to get all the rest of that bouillon base. And you add your own water to it, which makes a broth. Let me cut the water off. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. This is KendyK all day. I'm gonna put just a taste of seasoning salt in here. So I'm just gonna cook these boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Oops. Black pepper. Oops, I did it too fast, didn't I? Don't want to give anybody whiplash. I'm gonna put a little celery salt in here. I'm gonna put some poultry seasoning in here. Into these boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Poultry seasoning. Well, I have bay leaves, but I'm not gonna put a bay leaf in this today. You know I have bay leaves. Friends, that was just a little taste of rub sage. So mostly celery salt and poultry seasoning and just a little bit of sage. And let's see here, I'm gonna add some frozen diced onions to this situation in this pot. And what's for dinner at your place tonight? What's for supper? What's for supper over at your place tonight? Hey there, Mary. Yes, friends, I just have some frozen diced onions. Adding them to this pot of 5. Well, we don't want the onion skin. That's not very appetizing. Adding, this is just 5 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And I'm just going to cook them off on the stove top in some water. Ooh, water, ooh, water. You just having one cracker, Claire? Welcome in, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, hamburgers. Can you make mine a cheeseburger, Gemini Diva? Can you make mine a cheeseburger? I did something to the camera, y'all. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. So now, Claire, now I'm going to put my lid on. Friends, this is 5 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And I added some better than bouillon, roasted bouillon, to give us a good, quick, and easy broth. This is bouillon based with the roasted chicken. Excellent. 10 out of 10. KendyK highly recommends. And we're just going to let that baby go. We're just going to let her do what she's going to do. We're just going to let her do what she's going to do. Oops, 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 oops. I forgot I was plugged in. I had the phone plugged in so we don't lose power. And then, y'all, we're going to deal with these. We're going to deal with all of these beautiful, and can I say beautiful collards. We're going to deal with all these collard greens. How about that? Friends, can I take a photo? I forgot to take a photo, y'all. I forgot to do the thumbnail. Oh, let me see if I know how to do it. Y'all hold tight. Y'all probably like, KendyK. Now, what you trying to do, KendyK? What are you trying to do, KendyK? Please don't go anywhere. Hey, Gemini Diva, thank you for the gift. Ooh, crock-pot beef stew. Okay. We're going chicken tonight. I'm trying. Or maybe I'm... Okay, it did it. Got it. Got it, y'all. Give me a second. We have to get some... Y'all, so I have really been trying... Hey there, 60 plus and selfie. Hey, Q. I've been trying to really use the streaming feature straight through YouTube. Stop doing what you're doing. Yeah, Rudy, it's that time of day, isn't it? It's just about first dark. Okay, y'all, wait a second. Let me get this back on the tripod. So we've got pots going, friends. We've got pots going. KendyK is gonna be doing her collards. And in this pot, friends, I've got some boneless, skinless chicken thighs. 5 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. It's gonna be a one pot meal on that. Okay, that's good enough. Let's turn the oven on. Let's get it going. Hope everyone's having an awesome Monday. It's good to go on vacation. Y'all know I just came back from my cruise. It's always good to go on vacation, but praise the Lord, it's always good to come back home. Amen. Amen. Welcome in, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is KendyK. All day, KendyK's got her pots going. Yes, I do. Just turn the stove on, too. Because I'm going to put some cornbread in the oven. And we are going to work on these greens for real, for real. Welcome in, friends. Welcome. It's the Meal Prep Monday. Absolutely. It's the Meal Prep Monday. And I wasn't planning to do these collard greens. Y'all, these collard greens are ready. So check your local stores, check your local farmers market, roadside stands, greens patches. And if you like collard greens, they ready. These collard greens are ready, friends. Pick up your collard greens for the holidays. If you see me eat cabbage, I'm eating cabbage because I don't have any greens. I much prefer greens. So I saw these beautiful greens and I had to get them. I sure did. So this will be my greens for the freezer, and definitely enough greens. Probably, definitely for Thanksgiving and most likely for Christmas. If I want greens for Christmas, this will be enough. This should be enough, friends. So in this pot, y'all, I've got some diced onions, and underneath the diced onions, I've got 5 boneless, skinless chicken thighs, not breasts, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. It's a Meal Prep Monday. Absolutely. Thank y'all. Claire, you're just like a negative Nelly, aren't you? Yeah, I love cabbage as well. But if I had my choice between the two, it would be my mommy hasn't told me if she's coming yet. I will tell you one thing though, once it gets cold like this, she kind of wants to stay put. And two, thank you for asking about my mom. I appreciate that, Mary. I appreciate you, friend. So she hasn't told me if she knows that she's more than welcome. So once she decides, that'll be no problem. Now my mom, she's kind of like Claire. She prefers cabbage over greens. But baby, these collards were too pretty for me to leave them. I had to go ahead and get my collards. So check your local farmers. Check your green patches. If you're in a more rural area, these collards are ready. So y'all, I was just over here sanitizing my stainless steel sink with a little what? You already know. A little bleach water. A little bleach water. And now I'm about to put these in the sink. Now, I also like turnip greens and mustard greens. I usually mix those together. But right now, it's collard seasons. It's the season for collards. Collards have a very different texture from your other greens. Yeah. Same here, Gemini Diva. But y'all know any other time, I would have some cabbage. All of it is good roughage, high in fiber. Yes. So what I'm gonna do, friends, I've just got some water running in the sink, and now I'm gonna put some pink salt in there, because this coarse salt, it will help to shake out any bugs or any debris. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm just gonna let these collards hang out. And then that salt will also absorb in these greens, and that'll help to season it. You gotta layer that seasoning in these collard greens now, baby. In any green, you gotta know how to cook a little bit now. Hey there, Coffee No Cream. Welcome in, friends. Welcome. Y'all look at them big old pretty collard greens. I mean, these collard greens big as your arm. Look at them. It's a meal prep Monday over here. Now in the pot, y'all. Ooh, y'all, I gotta get my other pot going. I gotta get my other pots going. I only got one pot going. We gotta get another pot going. Let me get these greens off of here first. One thing at a time. One thing at a time, y'all. Thank y'all for hitting that like button. Ooh, do you mix the collards and cabbage? Teach me your talent. Claire, do you eat greens at all, or you just like cabbage? Because 60 plus Q is saying, 60 plus and Sophie, Q is saying to mix the. Now tell me how y'all do that, because cabbage has a very different texture from collards as well. Collards are a really thick green. In a second, I'll turn the camera around. But I'm just putting these in some water in the sink, and I added some coarse Himalayan pink salt to that. Now, these are fresh greens now, so you gotta wash these greens and pick them. You gotta wash and pick these greens. So you see, Meal Prep Monday is in full effect over here. Meal Prep Monday is in full effect over here. Yes. I'm so happy to be back in these YouTube streets, y'all. I missed y'all. I sure did. I am so happy to be back in these YouTube streets. Okay. I'm going to take this down off of the stove, because I think we're going to cook on this other front eye. Well, no, I might cook it in the back eye. This stove only has one big eye on it, so I need to cook that pot on that big eye on that pot. I might cook it in the back here. We might cook it back here. But the thing about it is, it has a warming zone. It's got a bridge zone. Like, for instance, I could use one of my big pots, and it bridges over to the two eyes. Like, it would warm the middle eye, the middle between these two. It's called a bridge. It's a good stove for an electric stove. But nothing beats that gas stove. I've got the oven on because I'm going to fix some cornbread. I can't believe, maybe I missed it. Did anybody ask me what I'm having for dinner? Don't you, okay, coffee, no cream. Do you know that I have the same trouble sometimes when I am trying to spell a channel name or a creator's name, and it just will not let me do it because of the autocorrect and all that? Do you know how frustrating that is for me? So thank you for saying that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, Coffee No Cream said, what is for dinner? Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. Hold on, just tight. Let me get the other pot. So I can really have all pots going, all things being fired in the right direction. Yes. So in this pot back here, let's go ahead and turn that eye on too. Pots are on, y'all. Pots are on. I'm gonna add a stick of butter to this pot because butter makes everything, and I do mean everything, that tastes better. Wouldn't you say? Have you ever added butter to something and it not taste better? I mean, really though. Really. Have you ever been on an occasion where you added butter to something and it did not make it taste better? So with that in mind, we're gonna drop a whole stick of butter in here. We're gonna put a whole stick of butter in there. With that there in mind, we're gonna add a whole stick of butter. Welcome in, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ooh, crazy kid. Now you saying something. Crazy kid said there's a reason they call it butter because they just misspelled it. Butter makes everything better. You right. That's my philosophy. That is my philosophy. Yeah, and then I'm gonna add some diced onions. Diced onions. In my mind, that makes everything taste better too. I love onions. Raw, cooked. So in this pot, I also have onions, and I have 5 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And I added a little bit of sage to that, and poultry seasoning, and celery salt. And I did put a little bit of Lowry's in there, Lowry's seasoning salt. Mrs. G, give us the count. Give us the update, Mrs. G. Update us, please, friend. How you doing on your 1K? Did we get there? Please tell me we got there. Update us. And y'all, these are some of my celeries that I just did these on September 22nd. This is celery. Frozen celery. So that's what I put in the pot. Was a 1 whole stick of butter. I'll put the rest of these onions in there. Heartily happy, how are you doing? Oh, Halloween prep. Okay. I started working on a Halloween video. It'll probably go out. Did I put out a video today, y'all? I think I did a post. I did a post today for Halloween. Or was that yesterday? I can't even remember. But this, oh, no, this is my Halloween live stream today for Vlogtober. This is my Vlogtober day 27 live stream. Meal prep Monday. My pots are going. I need to find the lid to that pot. Hey, pot, where are you? Hey, lid, where are you? Is that it? What over there? I'm trying not to disturb our tripod situation. Huh. Where is the lid to that pot? I believe that's it. No, that's not it. Oh, it is a small lid. It is small. I don't know that it's that small though. Is this that lid to that pot, y'all? Nope. It's not that small though, KendyK. Hey there, Real Odds. Well, thank you, Coffee No Cream, and thank you, Gemini Diva, for those gifts. Welcome, Real Odds and Evens. Thank you for joining us. It's the Meal Prep Monday, on a Monday. So I've got greens, collard greens soaking in the sink. I've got 5 boneless, skinless chicken thighs in here in this pot. I'm making my own chicken stocks using Better Than Bouillon's roasted chicken base. And I got onions in there for what? For flavor. Claire says to put a little bay leaf in there. I can do that. So we're going to fish them out. So what am I cooking? I'm back. Still need to find a lid to that pot. What am I cooking? I am making homemade chicken and dressing. So we're going to put 1 bay leaf in. Y'all remind me so we can fish 1 out. I got to add bay leaves because, you know, I add bay leaves to all my soups. We're not making a soup today, though. We're going to make some homemade chicken and dressing. For my family because my aunt passed, so. And, you know, chicken and dressing is a comfort food, right? Right. Okay, where is the lid to that pot? Well, in the clutch. Well, I'll leave the lid off of it. It has to cook down. So we're going to cook our celery, our diced celery. And this is a very, very small dice on that celery. And they're all uniform. So that means they should all cook relatively at the same rate. Very small dice on our celery. And our onion. We're making homemade chicken and dressing. And it's gonna be a cornbread dressing. That's why I had the stove on for that. Put the cornbread dressing. I know. This is gonna be the first dressing for the fall. So surely this is good for Vlogtober. I think I nailed it on this one, y'all. Didn't mean to. Y'all, I don't know that I do special content. I just, especially when it relates to cooking, I just cook when I'm gonna cook, and I decide to turn the camera on. So this works out good. So we're gonna pick these greens. I think the next thing I'm gonna do is get the cornbread going. Claire says she's over there having crackers. Gemini Diva, your hamburgers sound good. That's a good quick fix meal. So once I pan the chicken and dressing up, so the chicken is gonna actually be mixed in with the dressing. And that's why you see so much water in that pot with those chicken thighs, because I'm also making the stock that I will use to mix up the cornbread dressing. And I'm making this to take over to my relative's house because her mother passed. So I'm taking this over to my first cousin's house. Pottober. I love that. I love that, Crazy Kid 949. Crazy Kid said you should call all this cooking in October Pottober. That's a good idea. Thank you all for the 116 jewels. Thank you. Wow. Wowzers. I appreciate that, y'all. If you haven't hit that like button, I appreciate that too. And what you can do absolutely for free, that means just as much to me, is stick with me. Stick with me. That means stay close in this live stream. Just keep watching and enjoying. And I love that we're sharing cooking tips in the process. Thank y'all for that too. I am gonna wipe my stove down, so one of my good friends, Natalie, says, KendyK, you are a wiper. You always wiping the countertop, the stove top. I said, yep, I'm a wiper. I'm a wiper. If you love soups, then check out my soup playlist. Actually, it's check out the Vlogtober playlist, and all my soups are in the Vlogtober playlist, along with all of my Vlogtober content. Put it all in there so that you can catch that fall vibe. Yep. It's all there ready for you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is KendyK all day. Let me see. How's that? Is that a little better? Give y'all a little something to look at? Is that better? Okay. How's that, friends? And yes, I'm going to show you all my tricks so that you can make cornbread dressing using Jiffy cornbread mix. And no, it is not going to be sweet. And absolutely not, KendyK will not make any dressing. Not in this house. Not now, not ever. KendyK does not use any type of soup in my cornbread dressing. It doesn't mean you can't, but I don't. So you want to stay close if you want to know how I make cornbread dressing. With no soup. I don't need to use soup in my cornbread dressing. Using my mommy's recipe. So I'm able to cut out a little bit of a step instead of making my cornbread from scratch. I'm using Jiffy corn muffin mix, and y'all, Jiffy corn muffin mix is on sale right now. So some people you might need to go ahead and get a whole case of it if y'all eat a lot of cornbread in the fall and winter. Go ahead and get that now because it's 50 cents at Walmart. And this is some Martha White cornmeal. I told you, because I'm making this chicken and dressing for my cousin and my uncle. We'll take over to their house. We've had some death in the family, so I'm making this is a good comfort food. This is all I know how to do. This is the season for comfort food, colder weather. Y'all, it's so cool. I can't believe how this has cooled off so. So I'm going to go ahead and fix this cornbread dressing, and I will put it in the refrigerator, and then I'll take it over tomorrow. I told her that I'll bring it over tomorrow. Yeah, because I had to work today, so. I am cooking at this moment. Let me grab some bowls so I can do my eggs. I always break my eggs in something else because you might mess around and get a bloody egg. Then you don't mess up all your batter. over here. Let me wash these eggs off. I did see that, and they said that you really should, even eggs that you buy in a carton, and these came from Sam's Club. You should wash those eggs off, especially if you get them from local farmers, because they may not have all the pasteurization and things. Some people buy farm fresh eggs from the side of the road and stuff like that. But I said, you know what? I think I'm just gonna start washing all my eggs off. Oh, sometimes there is egg. The boss says, how does the egg get bloody? Well, you know what an egg is, right? Maybe you don't. But we're not gonna go there. Not while I'm cooking with the eggs. But sometimes you'll crack an egg and it has blood in it. Well, maybe you didn't know that. Yeah. And so if you crack the egg over the bowl, then you've ruined all your batter and stuff. So I'm cracking these eggs into another bowl. I'm making chicken and dressing. Chicken and dressing. It's a one-pot meal. And I'm also, this pot is full of water and 5 boneless skinless chicken thighs, which I'm cooking slow because we're over here talking and going on. I put some onions in here, and all that is beautiful broth that is brothing up. Beautiful broth. And in the back, friends, I've got onions everywhere. I've got 1 stick of butter, a whole bunch of diced celery, and a whole bunch of diced onions. Cooking those down slow until they are so soft. Not fork tender. I cook those way past fork tender. Because dressing should not be crunchy. You're welcome, the boss. Oh, people have been ignoring you. Have you been cutting up, the boss? Sometimes creators have to ignore people. But no, as long as you're adding productively to our conversation, you're welcome. You're always welcome over here. Just don't go left. We do kindness over here. We practice random acts of kindness over here. And if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. There's my bracelet right there. There's my Vera Bradley bracelet. Oh. Y'all, this is 4 packages of Jiffy Corn Muffin Mix. So you need 1 egg for each box of Jiffy Corn Muffin Mix. Let me grab a couple more boxes. I'm only gonna cook 4 boxes, but I'll put a couple boxes up here so people can see. Gives them an idea when they come in and join us. What KendyK's got going on over here with all these pots going. And I have a sink full of collard greens that we're gonna pick. Y'all gonna help? Please? Garbage sack. Put all those egg yolks in it. Got onions all back here. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. This is KendyK all day. Thank you, Gemini Diva. Okay. You talking about wild game? Well, we just doing some boneless, skinless chicken thighs over here for chicken and dressing. But to each his own. Now, my daddy used to, God rest his soul, my daddy used to hunt. He didn't hunt deer. But he hunted rabbits and coon out in the country. Donkey? Why would you? Do y'all eat donkey? Are y'all being for real or y'all joking? Y'all, this is 4 boxes. Wasn't it? I believe that was 4 boxes. One. 2, 3. That was only 3 boxes. 4 boxes of Jiffy Corn Muffin Mix. 4 boxes of Jiffy Corn Muffin Mix. Welcome in, friends. Welcome, 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 welcome. Oh my God, that's Crazy Kid being funny. I knew Crazy Kid was over there being funny. Y'all, Walmart has their Jiffy Corn Muffin Mix on sale for 50 cents. And it actually has been on sale for the last couple of weeks. Because you know what they'll do. You know what these stores will do sometimes. They will raise the price, not lower it. They will raise the price. So we're making homemade chicken and dressing over here. Ooh, y'all, it smells like Thanksgiving. Amen. Amen. This is celery and onion in 1 stick of butter. Letting it cook down in 1 stick of butter. Because y'all know I still did not find the lid to this pot. I'll put a saucer on top of it. How about that? And y'all, these have to cook down to nothing. Yeah. That's how long you want to cook them. Way past fork tender. That's the texture that I like for my when I'm making dressing. Let's add some milk to this situation. I'm not measuring. We're just gonna add milk till the God say stop. So what am I gonna do? Birthday gift for KendyK. Because so many friends blessed me with some offerings. I appreciate all the friends that bless me. I'm gonna buy myself a new Fitbit. Watch. So I kind of was thinking, should I just wait since we're so close now to Black Friday? Should I wait and get it on sale for Black Friday? Because my Fitbit watch has run its course. It has absolutely run its course. Okay, I'm about to show you one of my secrets for how you can make savory homemade cornbread dressing using Jiffy corn muffin mix and no soup. No soup involved in my chicken and dressing. Nothing wrong with it, but there's no soup involved in mine. But you can use the cornbread Jiffy corn muffin mix and just add some cornmeal to it. All you needed to do is add some cornmeal to it. Thank you for the hearts. Yep, that's all you gotta do, friends. This is white cornmeal. Yellow cornmeal will be fine too, but this is white. It'll brown when we bake the cornbread. Plus we're combining it with the yellow Jiffy muffin mix. Then it won't be sweet, friends. But to be honest with you, if you don't have any cornmeal to add to the corn muffin mix, if you make the dressing, it will not be sweet. It will not be sweet, promise. Yeah, so I think I'm going to save my birthday cash and donations that people gave me, and I appreciate everyone who dropped me a $5 holla, a $2 holla. I appreciate everyone who gave their own hard-earned money to say hello to KendyK and to help me celebrate 50 years of life. I appreciate all of those donations. So I want to do something meaningful with it. So I'll tell you what I did with a portion of my YouTube check. I did photos from my cruise. So I was preheating the oven on 350. The oven needs to be on 400 though, so let me bump that up. Clear, go back. Custom preheat 400. There it goes. So I'm gonna move y'all right here to the side so I can get my big baking pan so that I can bake this big sheet pan of cornbread. So y'all watch at this angle for just a second here. Thank y'all for joining me. This is KendyK all day. I need a little inch. There we go. Well, I'm gonna pull y'all back for a second. Hold tight. I'm gonna sit y'all on the counter for just a second. Hold tight. I gotta pull out the big pan. You know that big pan you put, that roaster pan you put down in the drawer underneath the oven. Let me give that a little rinse. Because y'all, I probably haven't pulled this pan out since. Probably. Now y'all, why do we have all that light on? I got a flash on or something? Cut that flash off. KendyK. I'm gonna leave y'all like that for a second while I get this cornbread in the oven. Let me finish mixing this cornbread up. I'll put a little bit more milk in here so it'll be loose. Loose that honey. Who say that, y'all? I think that's Peach. Peach McIntyre. This is 4 boxes of Jiffy Corn Muffin Mix. Added about another half a cup. Look at me making a mess. Add another about a 3/4 cup, maybe a cup of cornmeal to it. So I can make some homemade chicken and dressing. We got greens soaking in salted water in the sink. We're gonna pick those and cook those, probably cook those through the night. Because at some point, KendyK ain't gonna be tired, right? Right. I'm gonna put some vegetable oil in this pan so that we can get a good crust on this cornbread. Because this is cornbread dressing. This is a good cornbread dressing. So I'm lining my roasting pan with some vegetable oil. And then you gotta heat it, so put it in the putting it in the oven so that oil can heat up to 400 degrees with that pan. Oh baby, these are the tricks of the trade. So you get a good crust on your cornbread dressing. And this is that good broth. Making an excellent broth using boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And that's onions in there. I could also put some celery in there because all of that broth, all of that broth and all of those onions are going straight into that dressing. Thanks, Claire. Claire suggested we put a bay leaf in there, so I did. So the only thing coming out of that pot not being used in this cornbread dressing is the bay leaf because we just want the flavor of one bay leaf in there. Butter. This is 1 whole stick of butter because I'm cooking down celery and diced onion. Hey there, Mama Lori Ann. We're making homemade chicken and dressing over here. Hope everyone had a great Monday. I'll tell you one thing, once I have that oven on, it is not cold in this house anymore. I'll tell you that much. So we're making homemade chicken and dressing. I've got a sink full of collard greens soaking in some salted water. That will help any debris and bugs. Then I'm gonna pick these greens and get those started. I gotta get the water going for the greens, y'all. And the seasoning meat that I'm going to cook those greens in. I always keep like seasoning meat in the freezer, y'all. So I'll see what I have in there. I don't know if y'all hear that sizzling, but that's that oil heating up to 400 degrees. Yep. Let me close all these windows so we can get us a proper bandwidth over here. So that's the menu for Meal Prep Monday. Homemade chicken and dressing. My auntie passed away, so I'm fixing homemade chicken and dressing for her family so that they'll have, you know, just a casserole chicken and dressing to eat this week. I also have, well, I could, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm cooking chicken and dressing for them. And I did do the spaghetti. I did do the baked spaghetti, y'all. That is already finished. I was able to get that accomplished during the workday because I already had that spaghetti sauce. I was able to pull that out of the freezer. So all I need to do is add some spaghetti noodles to that, top it with cheese, a la KendyK's baked spaghetti. Okay, how are we doing? Yeah, I looked over at y'all. I was trying to, and we lost the stream. That's the only thing that I have found about this time of day, especially during Vlogtober. Claire, the missing link. Low Carb Queen, are y'all still there? Are y'all still with me? Hang in there with me. I see 2 people are here with me. Okay. Thank you, Coffee No Cream. That's the only thing, y'all. Thank y'all for checking back and making sure I'm okay. I'm okay, y'all. It's our stream. Y'all like, KendyK, where you going? Where you going with the camera, KendyK? I'm giving y'all that angle for just a second till I get the cornbread into the oven. And then I'll give us a better camera angle. Hey there, Low Carb Queen. Thank you for sticking with us, Claire. Thank you, Sophie. Not Sophie. Sophie's the dog. Thank you, Q. Thank you, friends. But y'all, what I was saying, y'all, I'm letting this pan get really good and hot. I'm making a homemade chicken and dressing for my family because my auntie passed while I was on the during the cruise. Yes. Crazy kid said we never left. Y'all, but I happened to look because I was also opening the laptop so that I could see everyone's comments and just catch up with y'all for a second. And I'm like, where are the people at? And it was like, no stream. And now it says excellent. But that's something that I've noticed this time of day. This is an excellent time of day to live stream because so many people tend to be on YouTube at this time of day, except for there are so many people on YouTube as far as content creators and live streams. So I think it's a lot of bandwidth and there's an access problem because y'all, there are a lot of folks globally on YouTube. Yes. Well, Coffee, thank you for the encouragement, friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. You don't know how much I appreciate those jewels because I was like, what am I going to do? So when I went back to my cell phone, because I'm doing this live stream vertically from my cell phone, because I made cornbread dressing before. But I wanted to do something a little bit different, to give y'all something a little bit different, but I have never made it. So pardon the view. I'll give you the right view in just a second, but I have to be able to get this pot out of here. This pan, and it's a hot pan. So let me move this over here. This is vegetable oil heating in this pan. I'm trying to show y'all how to make some good cornbread dressing. That part. So we're about to put the cornbread in the oven. Let's see how this goes. How's this looking? I'm doing way too much, but y'all know I'm extra. Okay, so that is our very hot pan. That's that good old roasting pan. You can put your whole turkey in. So I'm using Jiffy corn muffin mix. But I also added about a cup of cornmeal to it. What I won't be adding is any canned soup to this. Y'all could mix up one more box, but I don't need to. That's enough. If you heat that oil really hot, you'll get a good crust on it. Just like you made some homemade cornbread. I've got to move y'all out of the way for just a second. Just one moment. Hold tight. I got to pull y'all back. Just one moment. So that I can get the... put y'all up here. Because I have to be able to put this big old pan, this big old roasting pan in the oven. Oh yeah, I should have showed y'all the little crust on the side already, puffing up. She gonna be good. That's gonna be good. So since we're here at this angle, friends, and this was 5 boneless, skinless chicken thighs, 1 bay leaf. Thank you, Claire, for suggesting I add 1 bay leaf for good flavor. And I added water, and then I added Better Than Bouillon roasted chicken base so I can make my own broth. So that's why I have so much water in it, because this is the broth that I'm going to use when I mix up the dressing. Over here, 1 stick of butter, 1 stick of butter, and small diced celery and diced onions. So Thanksgiving cornbread dressing is coming a little bit early this year, because I feel in my spirit to take this over to my people's house tomorrow. So I also put a little bit of rubbed sage, a little bit of rub. Sage is very potent. So be careful when you with your sage when you make dressing. You just need a little bit of sage. So I'm gonna use some poultry seasoning down in here. So I put some in my pot with my chicken thighs cooking. A little bit of sage. A little bit. You can always add a little more when I mix up a cornbread dressing. But what you cannot do is take any away. So now it's really about to smell like Thanksgiving in here. Okay, now I can get y'all situated. Now I can get y'all situated. Let me put a timer on our cornbread so I don't forget that it's cooking. But y'all won't let me forget that it's cooking. That stove said, KendyK, you can't put a timer on there that long. Why am I putting, I need just 20 minutes. 20. There we go. I need to sweep the floor. Got my things all over the floor. Let me sweep the floor, y'all. So I can get over here and address these greens. I've got a sink full of collard greens over here. Gonna pick these greens right quick too. Let me stay with the food basics. Let me not be over here. Because it's just stuff from cooking. That's that OCD in me. Which is probably a good thing when it relates to cleanliness. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Gemini Diva 79, are you there? Hope all the friends came back to check on me. I appreciate y'all for rocking and riding with me. Low Carb Queen, I saw you made your lunch today. Good. I mean, that was a really good 30-minute meal. Y'all check out Low Carb Queen's lunch today that she came right home from work and fixed in less than 30 minutes. I said, she did that. Y'all know KendyK loves her 30-minute meal. And I mean, she got that lunch done in 30 minutes. And it looks so good. So I want y'all to get over there and see what she made for lunch. Hope I teased it enough so that you all will want to check her out. Y'all, this oven is saying it's going to turn itself off. It says oven turns off at end of cooking time. I never noticed that. Y'all, this stove is officially 1 year old now. I never knew that it was. So I added a couple more minutes because I don't want it to turn off. The cornbread may not be done. I understand. Crazy Kids will check you out. Oh, Gemini Diva says she's washing dishes. Gotcha. Now, Gemini Diva, I may have missed it, friend. Well, I'll ask you about it in a second if you got your hands in water. So let me see. Okay, y'all can see. I'm gonna leave y'all right there. I'm not gonna touch anything so that I can bring it over here by the sink. But I got dishes over here in the sink. I've got collard greens on one side soaking in some salted water because I need to pick those greens. And then I've got these quick dishes here that I just dirtied up. So I've got to wash these dishes right quick so that I can work with my greens. I probably just need to rest. But you know how can't rest because I got this sink full of greens. I know that's right. Crazy Kid, I thank you for riding with us. Always. Crazy Kid was my co-host. I added you to the video. I added you and my other co-host from Sundays Shop Talk. I added you all to the description box so that folks would have your channel links. And yeah, that goes without saying. If you visit me and I know you're a content creator, if we're like-minded in our ethics and our values, yeah, that's not even something you have to ask me. You're going to see me. And don't forget to connect, Crazy Kid. Let's do another collaboration on your channel during the holiday season here, which is right upon us. Can y'all believe that? It's day 27 of October. And this is my October content for the day. This is October because KendyK, I got it over here smelling like Thanksgiving. So I'm definitely calling this October day 27. Absolutely. Ooh, y'all, what happened? Something's going on. Is the screen messed up, y'all? Oh, something happened to my laptop. I know the devil is not in my laptop. Y'all hold tight now. I don't know what's going on. Is something going on over here? Let me see, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Something's happening with my laptop, it looks like. Something crazy is happening with my laptop. Let me see. What's happening here, dear? Okay, let me unclose some of these tabs. Okay, y'all, I don't know. I got some going on. Let me try to just restart my laptop here and reopen, relaunch. Give me just one moment. But y'all know we still cooking. Cornbread is in the oven for chicken and dressing. Collard greens are soaking in the sink. Y'all, those collard greens are ready. I hope y'all collard greens are as beautiful as mine are. I mean, these collard greens as long as your arm. And big, beautiful collard greens. So I'm going to go ahead and fix collard greens and get those started. And I'm going to finish mixing up this chicken and dressing. What is going on over here? There's some weird little dots on my laptop. What is that about? Welcome in, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is KendyK all day. Gemini Diva, thank you for the jewels. Kyle, I did. Kyle, I saw you over there at the source. Kyle, you go up every week on the source. Good for you, buddy. There's Mrs. G, a favorite auntie. Yeah, I think I'm gonna restart this laptop, y'all, because something's not right. Something is happening with this laptop. So let's just do a restart and hope it corrects itself. But y'all, I did drag this thing all over Hawaii and the Caribbean. So, who knows? Cornbread is in the oven. Chicken thighs are cooking, giving us a good rich broth. I intentionally used chicken thighs for this chicken and dressing because, friend, chicken thighs have a lot of fat on them. I use bone skinless chicken thighs. And I have some onions and celery going for the dressing. Making chicken and dressing. Homemade chicken and dressing. Oh, I hope this corrects itself, whatever was going on with my computer. Let's try it again. Looks like maybe I was trying to do an update in the middle of all of that. So that's what I'm doing for Meal Prep Monday, y'all. I'm doing homemade cornbread dressing. The dressing is, the cornbread to make the dressing is in the oven now cooking. Chicken thighs are cooking and they should be almost done. And at the same time, I'm making a big old pot of chicken stock. And I've got one stick of butter, one whole stick of butter. And I'm cooking low and slow, but I could turn those up now. My diced onion and diced celery to go in the dressing. making this dressing to go over to my family's house because my aunt passed away. So I'm gonna drop this off over to their house. Tomorrow. Do y'all know it has been really just like I'm having to go live. This is my second time going live today, y'all, because I gotta remember some things, y'all. And I'm trying to make sure that I continue to remember because I use StreamYard a lot for my live streams. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't forget how to do live streams using the free YouTube software through YouTube Studio. So. I'm starting a poll, y'all. I'm starting a poll. Y'all check out Kyle Vlogs. 10 out of 10. KendyK highly recommends. Oh, Kyle says he's working on editing and we should have a new video Wednesday. I'm using this as my Vlogtober Day 27 content because it just, to me, it's fall cooking for Vlogtober. Yeah, the source was cutting up. If you say something good, that's one way I try to honor my regular viewers and subscribers, and especially my crew members, crew with a K, is I usually pin their comments to the top of my comment sections. Yeah, especially if you say good comments. If it's good, that's the way that I try to honor my regular viewers, my subscribers, my crew members, my moderators. Oh, Kaya, I didn't know you were gonna take a break today. I didn't realize you said that. Oh, did you make collard greens, low carb queen? I didn't even get to see your meatloaf. I've got to watch your meatloaf from Sunday. So Gemini Diva is washing dishes and KendyK needs to be washing greens. I need to be washing greens, but the longer they soak, the better. I put a little coarse Himalayan pink sea salt in mine. And that gives them just enough agitation to help any debris or bugs fall to the bottom of the sink. Yeah. That part. Oh, Kyle, you're in Miami. Do you live in Miami? Kyle, that's where my cruise left last week, was in Miami. I know that's right, Crazy Kid. I love collaborating with you. Well, as you can probably tell, the base of cornbread dressing is cornbread, but I'm calling this chicken and dressing because I'm gonna go ahead and let this chicken keep cooking right on down, and I will add it straight into the dressing. So it's a one pot, kind of like a one pot casserole. Yeah. Hardly Happy says, you're still whipping it up in the kitchen. Yes, KendyK. KendyK is fixing this chicken and dressing for my family. I'm thinking about my auntie, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. I don't know when, Gemini Diva, when the last time I made homemade cornbread. Because I just learned to. And I added cornmeal to my cornbread, to my Jiffy corn muffin mix to make this dressing, but you really don't have to. Because your cornbread, if you know how to make cornbread dressing, your dressing's not gonna be sweet. Mm-mm. I put the cornbread, that was 4 boxes of corn muffin mix. I put it in there for 20 minutes. And it says it has about 3 minutes. So actually it was like 23 minutes. So this is a good time to check it. Thanks for the reminder, Claire. Claire, you the best. Ooh, we got something good over here. Yes. Claire said, KendyK, check the cornbread. KendyK, check that cornbread, girl. Let me see. The edges are golden brown. I'm gonna flip it around. Ooh, that's gonna be some good cornbread. Ooh, wait, y'all. I think I'm gonna have me some hot butter cornbread. What y'all think? What y'all think? I'm gonna give that like 1 more minute. 1 more minute. Because it's gonna cook again when I mix up the dressing. So it's like 90% done, and I'll be done in the middle. So I need to start the meat for the greens. Y'all, KendyK, I got a little bit tired. I know. Deny that. Pizza. So we have hamburgers tonight for dinner, pizza for dinner. We're gonna give it the rest of these. We're gonna give it 3 more minutes. On the cornbread. So how long did I cook it, Claire? I cooked it for 20 minutes and added 3 more minutes. Because my oven says oven turns off at the end of the cook time. I did not know that. Ooh, cheeseburger with bacon on it. Sounds good. Hey, friend from Charlotte, North Carolina. Hey there, friend. Yes, I know that's right. You smell my chicken and dressing all the way in North Carolina. It literally smells like Thanksgiving. What a way to get into that fall vibes. Ooh, you made a double cheeseburger. Have you ever tried making the little thin burgers? I don't know what they call them. Like you intentionally make 2 thin patties and put your cheese in between those. Have you ever tried to do that? I know that's right. Yep, I've heard of bacon cheeseburgers. You didn't have any bacon. I just saw as I was getting out my frozen celery and my frozen diced onions out of the freezer, I just saw that I have some bacon down in there. So, ooh, that means all I need is some lettuce and some tomatoes and some bread, and I can make BLTs. That's mostly what I buy bacon for. Is for when I get an inkling for some BLTs. Ooh, y'all, these greens are looking so pretty. Now I'm about to have some cornbread. I'm sorry, I can't not have some cornbread. This cornbread looks pretty. With applesauce. Now, Kyle, that's country, Kyle. Talking about some applesauce. People love applesauce with like fish. People like applesauce with fish. People in the South eat applesauce with a lot of things. That's all I'm gonna say. I love applesauce too, Kyle. Smash burgers. That's what I'm thinking of. Gemini Diva, you got it. Smash burgers. When you intentionally make those thin burgers and put the cheese in the middle, it's a smash burger. And I love those smash burgers with cheese and then add some grilled onions. Oh gosh, delicious. I like sliders too. My little nephews, the twins, when they were younger, they used to love it. And Ken slice. Y'all, this cornbread pan in this roaster is so heavy. Y'all see it, cornbread? Check out them edges. Check out them edges, y'all. This pan is heavy. I just put some water on my onions and bell peppers because we don't want them to scorch. Not over here. You know that celery and onions gonna give up a lot of water anyway, but I added some. And I went ahead and added my sage and my poultry seasoning and celery salt in there with the celery and onion. Because we wanted to go ahead and spend like Thanksgiving. Because that's what. So we normally do like a traditional Thanksgiving. And then do a, prime rib or something like that for Christmas. What about y'all? I haven't made any plans. I don't know what we're gonna do, y'all. I can't think about that just now. So I know this little end over here is done. This in the middle may not be done, but it's okay because it's gonna cook. When I mix up this dressing, it's gonna go back in the oven and cook. Y'all, you know that's some good cornbread when you don't even need any butter on it. My Lord today. Thank you, Jesus. Y'all, my greens are, I know y'all hear me over here smacking. Excuse me. Now my greens are over here soaking in the sink. I gotta pick the greens, wash them real good. Mmm. Mmm. Y'all look at them, look at those thighs. Look at those thighs. They done. The thighs are done. I'm gonna let them keep cooking. I turn the heat all the way down, so they're not gonna dry out. Look at all, because they're cooking in all this broth and they're gonna get dry. Ooh, my Lord today. Yeah. I'm gonna make a one-pot meal, chicken and dressing. And I tried to get some cranberry sauce from Walmart in my grocery order last night. And they didn't have any Ocean Spray. Oh, did they have Ocean Spray? They didn't have any Great Value brand cranberry sauce. But I checked the pantry, and y'all know I had 2 cans of cranberry sauce. So that let me know, that was confirmation that I needed to do exactly what I planned to do, and let's go ahead and fix this dressing for my family. Delicious. I appreciate y'all hitting that like button. And if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. This is KendyK all day. Y'all, that's good. So now the only thing we need the chicken is done. The broth that is cooking in, all of that is going, all of that. I'm going to use all of that in this big pan. The only thing that is not done are my onions and celery. You know, celery is very fibrous. I'm going to use that as a lid. And now to cook. You do that, do that, do that. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just go ahead and wait until this has cooked, and I'll be back. So y'all check me out later. I'll be back when I finish mixing up the dressing. But we cannot mix the dressing until the celery and onions are completely way past fork tender. Mush almost. Because dressing should never be crunchy. Think about that. Now, I'm making sure that I do this right. I was looking for my saltine crackers, and they're still here on the counter. From the grocery haul. I left them on the counter. So we use multiple textures when we make our cornbread dressing. I said dressing, not stuffing. So I've got a whole pan of cornbread. Just took out of the oven. Got a whole pan of cornbread that I just took out of the oven. Sleeve of crackers. Don't open them. I told y'all I was gonna teach y'all how to make cornbread dressing. So I just decided in that moment, I'm not gonna end the stream. I'm gonna leave it up and running. And all we're waiting on now is I'm trying to make sure I don't melt this bowl. It's not melting now. Because I can't find the lid to that pot. So it's taking a little bit longer to cook my onions and celery. The celery takes a long time to break down. That's why you should eat celery, because it has lots of fiber. It's very fibrous, if that's a word. I think that is a word. It's a meal prep Monday, and I'm meal prepping homemade chicken and dressing. And yep, I'm putting saltines in there. I'm trying to teach y'all. This is my mama's recipe. And everybody loves her dressing and mine. So I'm just mushing this up. I'm just mushing this up. Cutting the cornbread so it'll cool off. Try not to hit the bottom of my pan. Because once you scratch the pan, then it's not non-stick anymore. Yeah, that cornbread is good. And then like some hot cornbread and some butter. But this cornbread is so good, I'm not even putting any butter in it. Yeah, I think I have a doctor's appointment in the morning, too. So for the texture, I'm adding some crushed saltine crackers. Now, thank y'all for rocking and riding with me. Check back with me. Check back with me, or watch it on the replay. I appreciate y'all for coming through, though. Y'all have some. Thank y'all for joining me. We're doing homemade chicken and dressing. Hey Jessica. Hey friend, how you been? Jessica, I'm gonna crown you, friend, queen of changing your name. Can I do that? Can I crown you queen of changing your name? Because every time I turn around, you have changed your name. We're making homemade chicken and dressing. I'm just cooking down the diced onions and diced celery. Let me show you what that looks like in butter. And I went ahead and added some poultry seasoning to that, to the diced onions and diced celery. And I had some boneless skinless chicken thighs. Using that to make a really good rich broth. That's what's cooking up here. And those are done, friends. Those chicken thighs are ready. You see how they're breaking up? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So it's going to be chicken and dressing. A one-pot meal. There's our bay leaf. We're going to fish that out. But right now it's helping to enhance the flavor. I have a whole pot of chicken stock. Yep. Make this chicken and dressing. And while we wait, while we wait for our diced onions and diced celery to cook on down, why don't you and I have some good hot cornbread? Is that all right? Thanks, Claire. Hey, Himani. Hey, Himani. Are you still fasting, dear? I pray you're not still fasting. In honor of October, I'm going to add something interesting down there. See what people say about that. I might have just created some clickbait, y'all. Okay, Himani, because I was going to tell you all about what I'm making here. I'm making some homemade chicken and dressing. Don't worry, y'all. The spider's not real. I'm over here eating hot cornbread. It's yummy too. So we also add, my mama taught me to add the saltine crackers to the cornbread mix just to give you a little bit different texture. So I'm just waiting. I really just need the celery and the diced onions just to cook. They're not quite tender enough because really I want them almost mush. Oh my goodness! Himani, I missed behind the scenes. You're the moderator for that. Were you up on stage too? Please don't tell me I missed your debut on stage. Claire, there is a spider on my counter. It's fake. There is a spider on my counter. That's a big spider. Himani, are you kidding me, Himani? I missed your debut with behind the scenes. Himani, I will absolutely watch you when I take my shower and get in the bed. I'm going to rewatch. Yes, y'all. Okay, y'all did non-scale victories. Himani, I'm so sorry I missed you. No wonder I didn't see any of those friends this evening. I forgot Monday. I don't know why I forgot because they've been doing it for Monday nights with such great success. Yes. Wow. Yes, I will absolutely. Himani, I'm loving your channel, dear heart. I'm loving your content, all of it. Yes, I absolutely will be watching. Absolutely. Oh man, Himani makes it to the stage, and KendyK decides to do a live stream. I'm all thrown off because I was on vacation. Y'all been on vacation now for 2 weeks, but I'm back now. Yes, 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 and yes. Himani, I can't find the lid to that pot in the back that has the onions and diced celery in it, so I just put that bowl in there. I probably should put I don't know if I have any glass saucers here. All I have is big blue plates. In this house, at least. Yes, this is like Blacktober Day 27. Oh, I had lovely vacays. But I was also glad to get back home. There's no place like home, or that's for sure. There is no place like home. Oops, something fell. And I've got collard greens in the sink soaking so that I can wash those and pick those and get those put on. Whatever we do, we make it work. Yes. I wonder, should I put a note in the chat that this is a fake spider? Yeah, those are gonna cook fast now, y'all. Those are diced onions and diced celery. Y'all can check this back out later because I'm gonna leave the live stream up for new friends that might come in. But I thank you all for supporting I know that you have your own lives, so feel free to come and go. And just check back later because I'm gonna mix it up later. I'm gonna mix it up tonight, put it in the refrigerator, and then take it over to my cousin's tomorrow. Hey y'all, hey! This is KendyK. Y'all see the spider? It's a toy. Hey, Hermione. Yeah, I stepped away for a second. Claire, you have a good evening, friend. Thank you for moderating. Have a good evening. You can rewatch on the replay. Yeah. Yeah, when I cook, I just cook however long that takes. And making dressing from scratch takes a little bit. And I want my dressing to be good for my family, so I'm going to cook. So I understand. Thank y'all for coming by. That's no problem at all. Thank you for hitting that like button. Yeah, I had to go take a phone call myself right quick. No problem. Enjoy your evening, Claire. Imani, thank you for coming by as well, friend. I'm going to leave the stream up so that everything will be all in one stream. I think that's best. And then when it's set for the replay, after I finish the dressing, I'll get rid of the big chunks of time. You had to wake up, Hermione, at 1:30 in the morning? Bless you, dear heart. No, I have been. This has been a long stream. I didn't know the stream was this long. Look at all of those jewels Gemini Diva sent me. Thank you, Gemini Diva. Thank you, friend. Hey, Claire. Why don't you click on my message that says LOL Happy Blocktober and see if you can pin it. Click on my message, click on the three dots. We can practice that, and then why don't you just check back later. I was not intending for you to stay this long, friend. Thank you for moderating. I appreciate you being a moderator on the channel. Try to pin my comment that says Happy Blocktober, the spider is fake. Click on those three dots, and you should see the word pin message. Try to do that for me. Do you see the word pin? Because Kyle pinned a message, and he's the moderator. Do you see, when you click on the three dots, do you not see the word that says pin message? P-I-N, pin message? Okay. Well, I just pinned it, so you don't have to worry about that. Check back with us later. Or just maybe let it play. I'm just trying to honor your time. Thank you for moderating today. I appreciate you. do it. Guess we're all still learning. My voice is probably fading because it's getting late in the evening. With some really good rich broth. The butter, onions, and the celery, they're still cooking. So that's why I'm saying you're welcome to just maybe leave the stream open on your computer or your device, whatever you're watching on, and just go ahead and relax, rest yourself. I appreciate you moderating, but you certainly don't have to continue moderating this far into the evening. Yeah. I want to honor your time too. I'm going to set my timer. Probably another 30 minutes. Because if that celery doesn't cook, the onions are pretty much done, but it's the celery that needs to cook all the way down. Friends, we're making homemade chicken and dressing. And the dressing, I'm gonna I'm gonna sit here and chat GPT that while we wait on the onions and celery. The diced onions are done, and I'm just sauteing them in butter because that butter is gonna make that dressing some kind of good. Ooh, y'all, I forgot. I'm gonna have to put my earbuds in. Let me come over here and put my earbuds in so y'all can hear me. I don't know if there's even any charge left on these earbuds. I was gonna go sit in my recliner. Sorry. Did we sync up? Over here. I don't know if my iPods have enough charge on, but we'll see in a second, won't we? Might have to come back to the kitchen. Make sure I didn't leave my garage up, because it is now officially dark. Beyond dark, dark, dark. Dark, dark. That's my electric recliner. Oops, I left the remote in there. I mean the mouse. There's always something in it. What happened? What is that? Hope I haven't gotten a virus on this computer. Yep, we are making homemade chicken and dressing. What's going on here? One time if you getting my boys. Oh, the butter and onions go the into the dressing. It's butter, onions, and celery. They go into the dressing. But the celery, the onions are done. They are almost mush, but there's still some bite on the celery. Celery is very fibrous. It's full of fiber. So it takes a long time to cook the celery. Yeah. So it'll be done in the next 30 minutes, but I don't want to rush it. So Claire, you really have been a dear heart, and I appreciate you moderating. But if you need to take a break, go take a break. And I'll see you tomorrow, I hope. Thank y'all for joining me. If you can hear my voice, would you put a 5 in the chat? If you can hear my voice, put a 5 in the chat. I came over to sit in my recliner while I wait on those onions and celery to finish cooking. KendyK is getting tired. But one thing about it, the chicken's done, the broth is done, and I'll just literally put the very, very creamy, almost creamy like onions and celery. I'll just go straight into that good pan of dressing. Trisha. Thank you, Trisha. I hope you can hear me. Trisha, let me know if you can hear me. Thank you. You're so kind. Girl, I'm over here making chicken and dressing. Yes, my aunt passed away, so I am fixing chicken and dressing for my family, and I'm gonna take it over there to them tomorrow. And I just gotta make sure that the celery for this dressing is good and done, because nobody wants crunchy celery in their dressing. Nope, nope, nope. And thank you for the jewels. You are super kind. That just gave me a boost of energy. Thank you. Let's check on, see if we're ready to mix up this chicken and dressing. Let's see where we're at. I could not find the lid to this pot, so I just put this bowl on it. So this is just a stick of butter. And I put some sage in it, some poultry seasoning, and some celery salt. It's almost ready, y'all. Almost. So yes, you better believe this house is smelling just like Thanksgiving. Absolutely it is. I'll put a little bit of water. Uh-oh. Or I could put a little bit more butter in there. One stick of butter is enough though. So suffice it to say, chicken and dressing is not a low-calorie food. It is not a low-calorie food. Y'all, I got 191 joules. Thank you. Thank you, friends. I'm determined to finish this dressing. Now, what did I do with the mouse? I thought I had the mouse. What did I do with my mouse? If you want to raise the kingdom, follow me. If you only deny yourself for my sake, I will surely make you. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put on some gloves here. I put some one sleeve of saltine crackers in here, and just to vary the texture. And then the rest of it is cornbread. I don't use soup. Some people have started using soup when they make dressing. I don't know anything about that. This is my mama's recipe for cornbread dressing. I'm just breaking the cornbread up. Cornbread is already done. And combining it with the saltine crackers. I just use one sleeve. You can put up to 2 sleeves in there. You can put as many as you want. Some people use old bread. We've even used, if you have little butt ends of bread, sometimes around Thanksgiving we just start saving those, throwing them in the freezer and pull them back out. So all those different textures just enhances your dressing. You use what you have, friends. And this was 5 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Because the thigh is just has more fat on it. It just gives a better flavor. You could also use turkey necks. I didn't even look for turkey necks because I had these chicken thighs in my freezer. I'm looking for my bay leaf in here. I put 1 bay leaf in here for flavor, so I'm gonna fish that bay leaf out. There it goes. I'm gonna take that out because it'll make your food bitter. Nobody wants to bite down on a bay leaf. I made this broth myself using Better Than Bouillon. So the chicken is done, the cornbread is done. We're just waiting on these onions and celery to cook. No bell peppers. I don't put bell peppers in my dressing. Just onions and celery. And I'm letting them cook to mushy. No bite on them at all. Not even fork tender. Cook them past fork tender. That's how I like mine. I'm just telling y'all, because everybody's different. Every cook is different. Every cook is different. Doesn't mean yours is wrong and mine is right. But some people do like for you to be real specific because some people are trying to learn or enhance what they know. So yeah, these 5, this is how you can stretch food. 5 chicken thighs can make you a whole big roasting pan full of dressing. Amen. And that'll give you some full bellies too. Amen. So I went ahead and put sage. You don't need very much sage at all. Sage is very aromatic. So a little goes a very long ways. So it's mostly poultry seasoning in here that I cook the chicken thighs in. My house smells like Thanksgiving in October. So hopefully this will provide some comfort to my family. My aunt passed while I was on my 50th birthday cruise. So I'm fixing this dressing up. So I'm gonna mix it up tonight and let it sit in the refrigerator overnight. That's really how you make the best dressing, is mix it up the day before Thanksgiving and let all those flavors marinate in it. So I put sage and poultry seasoning and celery salt in my chicken as I was making my chicken broth. So all this juice, I'm not throwing that juice out. That juice is going into this. Into this dressing. Everything in this pot right here, all those its and bits, all of that is going in here. What's on? Oh, it's telling me I had set my timer for 30 minutes. Here's my tasting spoon. They ready now. Because we don't want any kind of crunchy celery and onion. No, no, no. I don't. Not in my dressing. And I just put some butter, 1 whole stick of butter. And then at the end, I just added a little bit more water so that it could continue cooking. So all the butter and the onion, bell pepper, all that's going in here. Get a slotted spoon. So I'm gonna use all the liquid from my chicken stock over here. I made my own chicken stock using Better Than Bouillon, roasted bouillon base. Or you can buy liquid stock already mixed up. It's just mostly water though. So I just made my own with my own water for less price. To each his own. Still made stock. Or you can buy your stock. This is diced celery and diced onion that has literally been cooking on my my stove for about 2 hours or more. probably add a little bit more poultry seasoning, maybe a little bit more sage. I'll have to taste it and see. But I did put poultry seasoning and sage both in my onions and bell peppers. I'm using all of that, y'all. You see how wet it is? I do not add soup. I do not add soup to my dressing. This is my mama's recipe. Look at all that chicken through there. That's some chicken and dressing for you, baby. That's a one-pot meal. Everything we fixed though for the dressing is already done. Cut that back eye off. The cornbread is done. The chicken in this is done. We're just gonna bake it kind of like twice baked potatoes. Bake it one more time for it to come together. Okay. Now we're gonna need all of this broth. We're gonna need all of that rich broth because the dressing has to be wet. It has to be wet because if it's dry going in the oven, it's gonna be more dry when you bake it off to try to make it to come together as a casserole, as dressing. So it's got to be wet. You need a lot of broth. So I guess that's why people put soup in it, but we don't put soup in our dressing. We don't put soup in our dressing. There's my taste spoon. Let me taste. See if I need some more poultry seasoning. Girl. KendyK. KendyK. That is delicious. If y'all are typing me messages, I can't see them because I've got gloves on my hands. Move this a little closer. I'm going to go ahead and put all of this broth in here. Need a good wet dressing. And then when you put it in the oven, it has to soak up. Once it soaks up, it's ready. But it's got to go in there wet. See how wet it is? That's how you want it, friends. And that is why we don't put soup in our cornbread dressing. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more poultry seasoning. Let me do one more taste. That's a good dressing though. That dressing is good. Y'all, that's the best. That's the first dressing of fall 2025. Let the church say amen. take out one of my gloves and let me add a little bit more. This is poultry seasoning. Because I already put poultry seasoning in my chicken thighs as they were cooking, and in my onions and celery. And just a little taste of sage. Be very careful with the sage because you can overdo it on that sage. The best thing you can do for your dressing is mix it up the night before Thanksgiving or the night before you need it. And those flavors will really go through it. Now, if you didn't know, most of everything tastes better once you let it sit and let the flavors go through it. That's what I've learned. I'm going over to the pantry and get some foil pans. I'm going to pan this up. Put lids on it. And this is going to 2 households, y'all. This is going to 2 households. Now, I haven't baked this. I have not baked this. The chicken in it is done, and so is the cornbread in it is done. So everything is done, but does need to bake so it can come together like a casserole, like cornbread dressing. This is chicken and dressing. For the chicken, I didn't use turkey necks. I used just 5. I used 5 chicken thighs, boneless skinless chicken thighs. It's just what I had in my freezer. Just what I had in my freezer. Let me get this stuff out of the way. And then I've got a sink full of collard greens. Soaking in water so I can pick them. And I put a little Himalayan pink salt in those. Coarse salt so that it can help to agitate and get any debris off of my greens. I made this dressing because my auntie passed. So I'm gonna take this to her kids tomorrow. One at each of their houses. Make me a little pan up here at the house. So y'all, I'm gonna put the lid on these. Put these in the fridge. Oh, you need some cranberry sauce, and yes, I have some cranberry sauce, so that's what I'll be delivering to them. To each of these houses. My auntie's children is a pan of cornbread, chicken and dressing, and cranberry sauce. Do that tomorrow. Thank y'all for rocking and riding with me. Y'all, the little spider, if you see the little spider on the counter, he's fake. Happy Blocktober. KendyK's tired. I am tired. This is cornbread dressing, chicken and dressing. Got chicken thighs in there. I'm gonna clean this kitchen up and get in the bed. What time is it? Oh, y'all, it's not even that late. I guess I throwed off, y'all. It's not that late. I thought it was almost 10 o'clock. But this has been a long live stream, so I'll cut out the best parts of it. I'll leave the best parts. Cut out some of the longer stretches. So that everything will be clear and concise on the replay. And I'm going to put this dressing in the refrigerator. I'm going to let it sit out so that it can finish cooling. You don't put hot food in the refrigerator, ever. You don't put hot food in the refrigerator, ever. Or the freezer, for that matter. It has to be cool. My partner in the stovetop, KendyK, is cooking over here. I leave the lid off so y'all can see the chicken dressing. Thank y'all. Thank you, y'all. If you're here, drop in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Encourage me. KendyK is tired, y'all. And I got a sink full of collard greens that need to be cleaned. I sure do. My collard greens are so good. I could not leave them. So I got my collard greens. They've been soaking. So I'm going to pick them. Yeah, the dressing is, ooh. KendyK, you're getting dressing everywhere. All down through the crack, girl. Stop it. That's how that good cooking be, y'all. Isn't it? Well, you got to clean the stove after you get finished? Yeah. So as far as spices for this, okay, y'all know how to fix it. Well, watch it from the replay, y'all. Watch it on the replay. Now this, I'm going to bake it one more time to get it to a golden brown. So I'm just going to let it sit with the seasonings all in it. I've already mixed it up. Everything here is already cooked. The chicken inside of this is cooked, fully cooked. The cornbread that I made this with is fully cooked. No soup in my cornbread dressing. Absolutely not. And I actually mixed a sleeve of saltine crackers with it as well. Yep, for different texture. Yep. And so the butter in it will make it golden brown because there was butter in the onions and the celery that I cooked. Y'all, thank you for rocking and riding with me in these YouTube streets. Goodbye for now. I'll make sure I do a thumbnail so you can see how brown it is when it comes out of the oven. But I'm not going to put it back in the oven until tomorrow. So I'm letting these just cool off while I finish cleaning up the kitchen. Yep. That's it. So yeah, it'll be golden brown because there's lots of butter in this. And so once I warm it up, all it has to do is warm. Everything is already fully cooked here. This is cornbread, chicken, and dressing. Made with boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Or you can use turkey necks. Turkey necks makes the best dark meat to use for dressing. Depending on where you are in the country, though, sometimes they have good turkey necks, sometimes they don't. But I didn't even look for turkey necks in the grocery store because I just used what I had in the freezer to make these 2 pans of dressing for my family. My aunt passed while I was on my cruise. Bless her heart. Lord, in the name of Jesus. Touch my family, Lord. Hey, Xavier. Hey, Xavier. Hey, Michelle. How you doing, friend? How you doing, sister? Hey, Jace. I mean, the friends is coming through here. Thank y'all for letting me know that y'all stopped by. I appreciate y'all. KendyK is tired. Officially. And that little spider you see, I just put him out for Blocktober. This is Blocktober day 27, right? You're right. All right, friends. I'm gonna let this cool, and I'm putting the dressing in the refrigerator, but I'm letting it cool first. All right. All right. Goodbye for now. Thank y'all for rocking and riding with me. I'm waiting to see if anybody wants to give me a like, y'all. This has been a super long stream. Thank you for the 192 jewels. I appreciate that too. Wow. Thank y'all.